What is going on, everybody? It is Handles, and today I'll be going through the story of Jeremy Lin. Now, you've probably never even heard of Lin until LINSANITY, where Lin just went on a tear while he was with the Knicks. This is all because before the NBA, before his fame, Lin never received any scholarships to any major athletic schools, even though he won the California State Championship, basically single-handedly beating Mater Dei. He had so many accomplishments, yet he wasn't invited to any major schools and had to go to Harvard. He was sleeping on couches, and at that point he probably thought his basketball career was going nowhere. Then he scores 30 against UConn and still goes undrafted. From here on out, his story still gets even more rough at this point, but somehow he pulled through and is now widely recognized as a great NBA player. Anyways, this is the story of Jeremy Lin. Lin was born on August 23rd, 1988. His parents are both from Taiwan, and in Taiwan they focus more on academics than athletics, but Jeremy's father saw a clip of NBA basketball and he fell in love with it. His father decided to move to the US along with his family for two reasons. One was to finish his PhD, and the other was to watch NBA basketball. While his father was completing school, he had to work any typical job to be able to pay for his house and support for his wife. He wanted to relieve stress and decided to pick up basketball as a hobby. The only problem for Jeremy's father was that he never even picked up a basketball before. He didn't even know the basics. His father studied NBA players like he did for an exam, and it took him years before he was even comfortable playing in pickup. Later though, Jeremy's father had 3 boys, and he taught them the basics. He was their first coach. As Jeremy grew up and continued to play basketball, he finally reached high school. He was only 5'3" as a freshman, and he was ridiculed for being Asian, as these people kept telling him that Asians don't belong on the basketball court. Of course, Jeremy didn't care about any of that. He was going to continually work hard and get better no matter what anyone says. As years went on, funny enough, those same people who ridiculed him for being Asian now fully respect Lin, as he became their star player and was now 6'2". I would like to show you guys stats for Lin's high school career. Sadly, I can't find any, but Lin did lead his team to the California State Championship, beating a powerhouse in Mater Dei in the final game. Lin led his team in points by a far margin by putting up 17 points and 8 rebounds in the championship game. He single-handedly beat Mater Dei. He thought this was the moment. This was the time he would receive scholarships to Division I schools to play basketball. Sadly, no, Jeremy didn't receive a single Division I scholarship, despite already showing how great of a player he was. Now, whether this was a race thing that he didn't receive a single offer, I don't know, but Jeremy does believe that was the case. However, Harvard did offer him a chance to play for them, but they didn't offer him a scholarship, meaning Jeremy would have to pay the full tuition to attend the school. And without a single doubt, Jeremy left for Harvard because that was his only chance to play at a D1 school, and Lin's college career was pretty good. His first year was pretty standard. Lin only averaged 4.8 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 1.8 assists per game. However, his team wasn't that great. Harvard went 12-16 during Lin's freshman year. As Lin's college career went on, he was improving his numbers. In his sophomore year, Lin averaged 12.6 points, 4.8 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and 1.9 steals. However, even with Lin's improvement, Harvard wasn't improving. They went 8-22 on the season. But next year, Lin improved again, upping his numbers to 17.8 points, 5.5 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and 2.4 steals per game. Now, those are just some insane numbers for college, but now Lin's impact was showing. Harvard's record improved drastically from the previous year, now going 14-14 on the season. But there was one flaw in Lin's game. He was very turnover prone. But by his senior year, Lin removed that flaw, and while his numbers dipped slightly from his junior year, now averaging 16.4 points, 4.4 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 2.4 steals per game, the impact of him not turning the ball over as much anymore really showed in Harvard's record. He led the team to an impressive 21-8 record, and his best game was against Kemba Walker and the UConn Huskies, where he put up 30 points and led his Harvard team in every major statistical category. Lin's game was now more complete. He was becoming a great player, and Harvard's record really showed how much of an impact he really had. But even with all this success, nobody believed Lin was NBA material. He wasn't on any draft boards, and his senior year was likely going to be the last year playing basketball. But there was only one person who ever believed Lin was NBA material, and that was just a delivery guy who was also a sports writer for Hoops Analyst. He wrote how Lin was a starter or even star material in the NBA based upon Lin's numbers and performances on a few games in his senior year. Of course, nobody believed what he was saying, essentially because Lin was Asian. Even during the 2010 NBA Draft Combine, Lin was posting insane numbers. He was posting faster times than even John Wall could. Still, nobody believed his athletic ability, saying he was a one-dimensional player, can only drive in straight lines, and Lin went undrafted in the 2010 NBA Draft. But he wasn't going to stop the NBA dream here. He went on to the Las Vegas Summer League with Dallas, and he even got the best of John Wall in a game against the Wizards. This did make him get signed by the Warriors, but he never even got to play much, pretty much only playing in garbage time since they already had Stephen Curry. And after one season and barely playing at all, Lin was released. But he was then signed by the Rockets in the 2011 preseason, but was cut from the team before the season even started. Lin was already on 2 teams in 2 seasons, and his NBA career was not looking good. Now, the 2011-2012 New York Knicks were struggling. Even though they had a great team on paper, they were looking for a third-string point guard and decided to officially sign Lin on December 27, 2011. Lin didn't get to play much, but the Knicks were struggling so much, losing 11 of their last 13 games, so the coach just decided, why not, and decided to give Lin serious minutes on February 4th, since they couldn't be doing any worse. And this was it. Lin was playing for his NBA career at this moment. And what happened? To everyone's surprise, Lin scored 25 points and his team got the win. Then the coach decided to start him the next game. What happened? 28 points, 8 assists, then the next, 23 points, 10 assists, and this was all without their best player in Carmelo Anthony. Lin went from a complete nobody to fans at the Garden chanting MVP in the span of a week. But now this was the real test. They played mediocre teams before, but now they were up against Kobe Bryant. Everyone was thinking the pressure was going to get to Lin, that he was gonna get shown up and crumble under the pressure. And you probably would have assumed that that's exactly what would have happened. Even Kobe Bryant, before the game, he said he didn't even know who Jeremy Lin was, and he was not even going to guard him.
But who is this kid? Yeah, I've heard about him, stuff like that, but I don't know what is he been doing? He's getting like triple double.
Would you consider guarding him if he's having one of those games?
Jesus Christ. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Kobe was basically mocking the reporter who even asked that question. And what happened that night? Jeremy was lighting up the Lakers, and midway through, Kobe decided to switch on to Lin because he was destroying them. Lin ended the game with 38 points and 7 assists, getting their 4th win in a row.
Which is, of course, Coach D'Antoni for giving you the opportunity, but also the assistant coaches. What are some of the things that they have worked on with you that you've been able to apply and help this team? With the MVP chance.
And Lin continued to go on a tear, even hitting the game winner against Toronto. Although when Carmelo Anthony returned to the lineup, Lin's numbers dipped. Lin ended this dream season averaging 14.6 points, 6.2 assists, and 1.6 steals. His numbers would have been drastically higher had he not played in garbage time a few games before, but no matter what, this season was a success. Everyone knew who Lin was. After this, Lin went on to play for Houston, then the Lakers, and then Charlotte. When Lin played for these teams, he never really got the opportunity to start for them, mostly coming off the bench, and he wanted a higher usage rate. So he now plays for the Brooklyn Nets, where he can try to be the man. This past season, he received a lot of injuries, so he wasn't really able to play much. But funny enough, in the games Lin did play in, the Nets aren't the worst team in the league. The Nets went 13-23 in games Jeremy played in. Although since Lin came off the bench after he recovered from his injury, some of those games don't really count. But when Lin does start and receive starter minutes, the Nets were 13-19. So even though they were regarded as the worst team in the league right now, but if Jeremy plays, they have a possibility of making the 8th seed in the East. This really shows the impact Lin is giving the Nets. And hopefully next season Lin is completely healthy and we can see what he can really do. And that's the story of Jeremy Lin. He went on from sleeping on his friends' couches in college, going undrafted, to now being regarded as a great NBA player. Anyways guys, till next time, I'm Handles, and I'm out.